The craziest thing about being creative is how mentally taxing it can be. Yeah, you've read the title. I know why you're here. I won't waste your time with an intro. Let's just get into my reasons. Psst. I'm aware that these are first world problems. Psst, psst. This video is based on my opinion and experiences. Take it with a grain of salt. Let's start from the beginning. When I was in the 4th grade, I was super obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's. I remember one time my Nana bought this big roll of paper and I spent the entire day drawing these stupid little Five Nights at Freddy's characters on it. I don't have those drawings today, but I just know they were terrible. But that didn't matter. I was drawing for the fun of drawing. I wasn't making something for anyone else. I didn't even consider other people seeing it. I mean, I was literally in the 4th grade. I didn't know it at the time, but I had solidified myself in the eyes of my family as the art kid. Every birthday and Christmas, I would get those silly little briefcases full of cheap art supplies. You know, the silver ones. I had like 20 at one point, I swear to God. I was the creative one, the artist. Fast forward to my teenage years, I was at that awkward stage that everyone goes through where they want to stand out but also fit in. I thought I had to have something special about me rather than just be me. I wasn't very extroverted, so I couldn't be popular, and although I had been playing hockey since as long as I could remember, I wasn't particularly good at it, so I couldn't be very athletic. So I poured myself into my art. But you know, with everything, you can never be the best, so I felt like I just needed to practice all the time. It got to the point where I wasn't even creating anymore. I was just copying a photo or following a tutorial. My art had no depth to it. The only choices I made was deciding which reference I would use. I wasn't making things I liked, but what I thought people wanted from me. Anyway, I had, still have this itch, not that kind, one in the mind, a mental itch, if you will, to create. It doesn't matter what, but I need to make something, because I'm just so quirky, naturally. So, why is this relevant? Well, I had this itch, and I thought I was scratching it because I was creating all the time. But what I was creating wasn't real enough, not personal. I hope you can relate, otherwise I probably sound crazy. Although I was drawing constantly, I really don't have much to show for it. Nothing to frame, nothing to stick to the fridge, nothing. I had believed that creation was something only meant for skillful people for some reason. I wouldn't even draw in my sketchbook because I thought I wasn't good enough. Once I was good enough, I could make completed artwork. I don't know what those experiences did to my brain, but I can't really draw anymore. I hate drawing now. I get overwhelmed if it's not perfect immediately and give up. And looking back, I was a good artist. I'll include some drawings I had done back in high school, drawings I had only finished because I took an art class. But you know, I still have this itch. So I started other stuff. I painted, I tried woodworking, and that didn't work out. I picked up cross-stitching, which I still enjoy to this day. Sculpting, pixel art, D&D world building, YouTube, anything. Anyway, point being labeled as a creative person at a young age made me hate creativity. I felt like I couldn't live up to that standard, like I was living a lie, like I was lying to everyone. Or at least that's what I think. Contrary to popular belief, I don't have a PhD in psychology. I have a PhD in
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but TikTok or any short form content is actually really bad for you. Oh, no one said this before. But no, I feel like no one really talks about how it can affect some people creatively. I feel like it can't be a coincidence that around the same time I first downloaded TikTok, back in 2018. My problem with creating things began. I'm not saying it's the sole reason, but there's no way it didn't do anything. There's 2 things that come to mind when I think about how TikTok has affected me creative. First, instant gratification. After like a minute of work, I find myself getting upset or frustrated that whatever I'm working on isn't immediately a masterpiece and give up. Creating art is one of the most rewarding but also torturous experiences. It's very satisfying to finish a piece, but to get there, you need to solve a million problems, make a million decisions, and fix a million mistakes. Obviously, it's not a million, I'm just a dramatic bitch. I'm not going to explain the sciencey bits of it because, well, I don't understand them, and every time I try to look it up, I remember making this video isn't supposed to feel like homework and do something else. But my brain is so addicted to these small bursts of dopamine, I don't want to branch out or make something new. It wasn't until I deleted TikTok that I stopped watching short-form content, that I felt, I don't know, free, I guess. Oh, my fries are done! They're a bit soggy. I think I used the wrong type of potato. But apart from instant gratification, I've noticed I have this inability to sit alone with my thoughts for even a second. I always need to be watching or listening to something, because God forbid I be bored for 2 seconds. I spend my hard-earned money on something new, like wood carving stuffs, but I won't look at any guides or watch any tutorials on what to do because it's not entertaining enough. God, I'm like a baby. I always need some jingling keys in front of me or something. Goo goo gaga. I went about a year without consuming short-form content, but now I'm all over YouTube Shorts and I can feel my brain cells dying. Back when I was going strong, I was happier. I didn't bed rot. Can I say that? Bed rot? I heard it's problematic, so if it is, I apologize. But anyway, if you have a hard time concentrating on reading or homework, try not watching that stuff anymore. Or don't. I can't tell you what to do. Once I heard there was this psychological study on the effects of earning money from artwork. They took children and had them make drawings, first without monetary gain, and then they started to get paid. I believe the study showed that making art was less enjoyable when they were doing it for money. But take that with a grain of salt. When I tried to look it up, all I could find were articles and videos about how to make money from art, which is ironic, and there's probably a joke in there somewhere, but I'm not clever enough to make it. I found myself even, someone who's never earned a dime from my art, thinking about potential monetary gain, or more coveted, clout. At times, I would be so inspired to create, but find myself altering my idea to be more palatable for other people, like with YouTube. When my itch started up, I decided to give YouTube videos a shot. I had been inspired by people like Drew Gooden, Gabby Bell, or Eddie Burback. Originally, I was gonna bum around and make videos about things I'm really into, like my huge cross-stitching project, or the council, or anything dumb that I really know a lot about, like the 1962 Alcatraz prison escape. But after watching videos about making videos, I found out that I should pick a brand, basically. Focus on one thing and stick to it. So I did. I only really watched drama videos, video essays, or gaming content, so I figured I'd pick something there. Well, I'm not online enough to make drama videos, and I'm not smart enough to make video essays, so I picked gaming, and I enjoyed it, especially my first video because Zelda is something I'm really into. At this point, this right here, this moment you're seeing live is the moment I realized I don't even know if I can get to the first dungeon. But then I learned that you should post regularly if you want your channel to grow. So I pushed out a video on Among Us, which was fun, but I'm already a little bit embarrassed by it. I only made it because I thought that's what was expected of me now, and I couldn't let my 17 subscribers down. I guess what I'm trying to say in this video is that maybe we shouldn't put a label or a price tag on creativity. I don't know if I agree with that. Yeah, no, that's dumb. Calling someone creative isn't an insult, and artists deserve to be paid for their work. Maybe watch how you talk about creativity, or don't view it as a personality trait like in The Sims and more like a piece of all of us. Either way, put down TikTok for a month. It could change your life. There's a lesson somewhere in here, but I'm too tired to connect the dots. All I'll say is I just now realized I have the freedom to post whatever I want, so that's what I'm gonna do from now on. Especially because I'm a tiny channel, so I can just scream into the void and only have to hear from a few of you. You can't all hate on me at once. I dare you to try, though. Oh, and don't worry, I asked the council for permission for this change and they allowed it. But I did have to bribe the fat one. I know they look very chunky, they're on a diet now. I guess now would be a good time to mention that I'm definitely not cut out for the YouTube grind, or whatever you call it. When I posted my first video, I hadn't checked on it in like a week because I was so sure no one was gonna see it. But when I saw that I had over 400 views on my first video, I pissed myself. Like actually, because I was on the toilet. I was so nervous, but I'm thankful all the comments were so nice and helpful. I still haven't gotten my first hate comment, so someone leave one under this video if you want to be the first. Well, I've been yapping for too long. I already know what my next video is about, and I think it's gonna be so funny and a little stupid to hear me talk a big game about the future of this channel and then post that shit. Well, at least it'll be original. See ya. If you made it this far into the video, why? I'm just kidding. Thank you for being here. I'm a small channel, so it really means a lot. But yeah, I'm sorry it took so long for me to post this video. I thought it would be a good idea to take a not a summer class, 3 summer classes. I thought that would be a good idea. It wasn't. I took 3 summer classes, and every time, and you know, if you don't know anything about summer classes for college, they're quicker. 7 weeks instead of 14 weeks. It's ridiculous. But anytime I sat down to work on this video, I would be like, hey, you got homework. So I would just go do that instead because I'm a good student. But yeah, that sucked. And then when I finally did record the video, I actually wrote out a script, which was something I didn't do before, and I actually prefer it. And I recorded it on my phone, but when I went to go edit it, it was so bad. The quality was so bad. I literally got a headache and an earache from editing the audio. It was that bad. So then I was like, am I really going to make a video, spend all this time writing, recording, editing a video that like actually physically gives you pain? No. So I actually did something I promised myself I would never do. I bought a microphone. I didn't want to ever buy anything for YouTube because statistically I'm way more likely to give up than to actually, be a bigger channel. I don't know. Not that I want to make money off of YouTube anyway. I just do this for fun. But anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. So yeah, when I got the mic, I bought a Blue Yeti mic. It's really nice quality. I'm really happy with my purchase, but I didn't know how to use it at first. All in all, I recorded this video like 4 times. So I'm really done with this script. I'm so done with this video. I just want to get it up, and I'm happy I'm going to get it up in a minute. But anyway, first time I recorded it, I had it muted. Didn't realize that was a button on here. I had the button pressed. Second time around, I had the volume halfway. So when I was editing it, it was so quiet. And I was like, what did I do? And then I realized, so then I recorded it again. But this time, I was holding the microphone wrong. I held it like this, and you can probably hear the difference. I'm holding it backwards. I didn't realize this was backwards. So yeah, and then 4th time's a charm, but I'm kind of upset because, I did it all back to back, so I was so tired after doing all of that I sound so boring, and I hope I'm not boring, but if I am, I'm sorry, especially in this video, but regardless, I'm rambling. Just wanted to let you know how I'm doing. Anyway, bye.